Welcome back, students. In this video we're going to cover lesson 2-3. I'm actually going to split this up into two parts. The first side of this page is kind of long, and that's actually where we left off with a couple of classes Friday. The other class we didn't quite get to this, so it'll kind of break it up for us. So, lesson 2-3, two-dimensional figures, GR 3.4. I can use coordinate geometry to model and find perimeter of or area of two-dimensional objects, or 2D objects. And GR 4.4 is I can solve problems using the area of 2D figures. We have some formulas. Go up here, start. We've got a square, the perimeter, because the square has 4 equal sides. It's just side plus side plus side plus side, or 4 times one side. The area is side squared, which is side times side. And that's because with the square, all 4 sides are congruent. Rectangle. Actually, let me just draw here. So, square. Yes, and it has 4 congruent sides, so that's why it's side plus side plus side plus side, or 4 times a side. And then perimeter, area is side times side, or side squared. The rectangle, you guys remember from previous math, the rectangle is going to be 2 short sides and 2 long sides. Your 2 short sides are congruent, and your 2 long sides are congruent, and they call them length and width. So we could just say this would be the length, this would be the width. But the perimeter is long side plus short side plus long side plus short side, or length plus width plus length plus width, or 2 times the length times 2 plus 2 times the width, and then the area is the length times the width. Triangle, so we have 3 sides. They call them B, C, and D. It's just side plus side plus side. Of course, with the triangle, the base is what it sits on, and the height, it's usually a dotted line. Below it's going to be a solid line because it's in the coordinate plane, but over here it's 1/2 of the base times the height. Alright, and we also have Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or the distance formula we used to find the distance of a line segment. Distance formula is the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus the square root of, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Still all under that square root symbol. Alright, example 1. So on the left here we have, we're going to find the perimeter and the area of the figure. And this guy is a rectangle, so the opposite sides are going to be congruent. So here and here, here to here. So we will have to find the distance here and here. Over here it gets a little bit more complicated. But once we find those 2 sides, we will have what we need for our perimeter and for our area. Alright, so let's start with DC up here. Let me see. Everything but a regular pencil. That's okay. Alright, so for this one it's x1, x sub 2, x sub 1, y sub 1. Remember, you got to do ones together, x2, y2. So DC is the distance. So we've got the formula here, so I'm not going to write it again. So we start with our x's, so 5 minus 1 squared plus 3 minus 7 squared. Alright, so we'll take this down. 5 minus 1 is 4 squared plus 3 minus 7 is negative 4, which when we square it's going to be positive. So I'm going to go ahead and square negative 4, which is 16. This is also 16. Oops. So 16 plus 16 is going to be 32. You use your calculator. the, let's see, square root of, excuse me, of 32 is, we're going to round it up to 5.7. It's 5.6 something, but so DC is going to be 5.7. Alright, so let me scooch up here. Alright, so next we need to do, let's do BC since we've already got an X2, Y2. We'll call this one 1Y1, and those are our 2, so we don't get confused. Let's do this in red. So this will be BC. So the X2, Y2 are going to be the same for both. Alright, so our X2, actually X2's 3 and 5, sorry. So X2 is 5 minus X1 is 0 squared plus, we started with 3 minus negative, so a minus negative 2 is the same as 3 plus 2. I showed you guys in class, just cross it that way, but I want to show, I told you I was going to show in the video how we, just so everybody knows. Okay, sorry about that, I had to pause. Alright, so let's take this down to the next line here. So 5 minus 0 is 5. So we got 5 squared here, and then over here we have 3 plus 2, which is 5 squared. 5 squared is 25. 25 plus 25 is going to be 50, and square root of 50 is 7.07. We're going to round it to 7.1. So now we have both of our sides. Let me see what we can see. Okay, make sure the camera will be good. Okay. Alright, so for perimeter, let's see, so for perimeter, let's do this one. Remember, it was side, so remember, these are, the short sides are both 5.7, so it's 5.7 plus 5.7 plus the long sides are 7.1. So plus 7.1 plus 7.1. When you add all of those together, you get 25.6. Well, let's go black down here at the bottom. Alright, so down at the bottom, our area, that was our length times width, or our short side times our long side, so that is 5.7 times 7.1. So the area for this guy is 40.47, which we're going to round up to 40.5. Alright, so over here, the example 1 check. So I'm going to give you a couple of hints on this one, because this one's a little bit more tougher than what I was doing over here. So I'm going to give you a couple of hints. So let's see what I got here. Alright, so so for the perimeter, I can tell you that this side and this side are congruent, so you don't have to find both of those. So you can find, let's do RT and make R your X1, Y1, and T your X2, Y2. And then you also need to find this, so it would be side plus side plus side. So you're going to need these two. So this is still X1, Y1. Make this your X. Let's do it like this. X2, Y2 for this. So you're going to find, well, hold on, and then you need the whole, this line. Don't try to find half. You're going to find from R to S. So you're going to find RS. You're going to find down here, we'll just make sure I can see. So you'll find RS, and then you'll find RT. So that's going to be this line, and this line, and then you're going to find QT. Oh yeah, and that's off the page, I thought so. And then QT. because you're going to need to find this. QT is going to be your height. RT, that's going to be your base, and it's also going to be one of your three sides. And this, so if you're looking, let's see, so we're going to call this one CD, this one B, because up here they said it was side plus side plus side. Well, these two, I said CD, they would actually be BC, they would be the same, but either way, so your perimeter is going to be RS plus RT plus ST, and ST is congruent to RT. So that's why I'm saying these two are congruent. So when you find RT, that's the same as ST. So whatever this is, put it in for this. You'll do that one first, and then the area is 1/2 of the base times the height. So this is the base. Oops, that's the base, and that's the height. All right. If you have any questions, just let me know. I know it's a little bit more, but you just plug in your X. So your X's, your Y's. Oh yeah, Q. I'm trying to totally not confuse everybody. So this is X1. I should have made these the same. X2, Y2. So these go together, and then these and these go together. So you're going to find 1, 2, 3 lines for this. Okay, flipping over. Promise that was the hard part. It gets a little easier on the other side. Okay, example 2. Sorry about that. What is the perimeter and area of the serving platter? Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Alright, so this is just length times width. Or, so your perimeter is just L plus W plus L plus W. Of course, this is a square, so it's really just side. See, that's what happens when you get in a hurry. So, side plus side plus side plus side, or 4 times side. And then underneath we'll have our area, which will be our side squared. So up here, it's really just 12.5 times 4, which is 50. No. Hold on, I'm doing that in my head. Doing exactly what I fussed at you guys about, using the calculator. No, it's 50. Okay, so I was right. Alright. Never mind. So, E times, so it's 4 times 12.5, which equals 50. So your perimeter's 50. Down here, this is 12.5 squared, which I'll definitely use the calculator for. So 12.5 squared equals 156.25. It says round to the nearest tenth, so that'll be 156.3. Alright, over here, same thing, like I wrote it the first time before I scribbled it out. So they want the perimeter and the area of the art. Alright, moving down. Example 3. I'm going to start this one, or at least set it up for you. So, Isaiah owns a small cafe. Part A. A new fire code states that there must be 15 square feet of free space for every customer in the cafe. How many people can be in the cafe? And then part B is he wants to hang garland around the tables and the drink station. How much garland does he need? So, so part A, so we're going to have to see the area, and then we'll divide that number by 15 because you need 15 square feet for every customer. It's every one. It should be every one customer or whatever, but so 15 square feet for every customer. So the drink station. Let's see. So yeah, you'll take, and really, yeah, so 1 unit is a foot. So if you could count also. Now granted, this is you've got to get into the distance over there. So let's say 0. Yeah, because you have to have square space. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, how many people can be there? So yeah, we need the total. That says free space. So yeah, I would. Well, I'll make pause and come back to that, or we'll talk in class. So if you can't get this on your own, come see me. Part B, he wants to hang garland around the tables and the drink station. So the tables, you would need to get your sides, because these are rectangles. My guess is they're the same size, so and that's why they give us points on one and not the other. So find the perimeter of the table, so this side and this side, using the distance formula. Get the perimeter, do it twice. That's 1 table, 2 tables, and it says the drink stand, so you'd use the distance formula here. So part B, distance formula for perimeter table, and then the drink station, we're obviously not going to hang it behind it, so it'll be the front of the drink station. Sorry, my handwriting's pretty rough. Okay, and then of course up here, like I said, just get your area and then divide it by 15. Alright, practice. I'm not sure if those, I think those are, yeah, those are actually the only problems on the sheet. So I think that's how I set it up. I'll have to look, but they're right here. If not, it'll be, you guys will be able to see it. I don't have the extra practice in front of me. Alright, summary. Blank and blank are required to calculate the area of a triangle. And then you have to have the base and you have to have the height. And how can you apply these properties of two-dimensional figure to solve real-world problems? I'll leave you guys to answer that, to see if you're paying attention. You know, a lot of you may leave it blank if you're just watching the video for the notes. So tell me what you're thinking here, or tell me what you think in class. Give you some business points. That's it for this one. Until next time, have a great night.